Hey everybody! Guess what? I'm smiling. It's because today I get to talk to you about chocolate chickpea bark. I made this recipe about 3 years ago. It's on nutritionicity.com. This recipe is kid-friendly, easy, and requires only 4 ingredients. This is a great plant-based and gluten-free recipe to show all your friends how delicious and yummy plant-based gluten-free eating can be. And here are your 4 ingredients. 1 can, 15 ounces garbanzo beans or chickpeas, same thing. 1 tablespoon high temperature oil, that can be olive oil, walnut oil, avocado oil. 1/4 teaspoon finely ground sea salt. And last but not least, 1 cup vegan chocolate chips. By now you're probably wondering, what does chocolate covered chickpea bark taste like? Well, it tastes somewhere in between chocolate covered peanuts and chocolate covered pretzels. Yum! How can you lose with that? Well, you can't, because chickpeas also offer great nutrients, plant-based protein, vitamins and minerals, and chocolate, well, it makes you smile. So the first step is open up your can of garbanzo beans. Pour them in a strainer and rinse them with cold water. I've already done that with mine. Once you have them drained, pour them on a tea towel. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take both ends of the towel and you're going to rub your chickpeas in a circular fashion. You want those extra little skins to come off. See how the skins just kind of fall off on their own? You can take those skins out, discard them, and then you're going to place your chickpeas on a parchment-lined baking sheet. So the next step is we're going to roast the chickpeas. You're going to put them in a bowl with some oil and some salt, and then we'll throw them in the oven for a while. But this is really important. You have to make sure those chickpeas are bone dry. If you put oil on them when they're still moist, that's going to lock in all that moisture and you're going to have gummy chickpeas, and you don't want that. You have 2 options for how to dry out your chickpeas. You can really be patient and put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet and set them aside while they dry. Or while you're preheating your oven for roasting, you can stick these little guys in there and let them dry out. Keep an eye on them, but it should only take a couple minutes. So once your chickpeas are nice and dry, place them in a bowl, add in your oil, and just use a spatula. You can use your hands, whatever you feel like. Gently toss them in the oil, then add in your salt. And again, gently toss. Then spread them out on a parchment-lined baking sheet. So now we're good to go. Pop them in the oven. Now you're going to leave them in a 400-degree oven for about 40 minutes, give or take. Every 10 or 15 minutes while they're roasting, you want to take your hand and sort of shimmy it so that you can see how they're turning in a little circle, exposing all sides to the heat so they roast evenly. Depending on your oven and how much moisture is left in your chickpeas, it may or may not take 40 full minutes to roast your chickpeas. You want them to be a beautiful golden brown and nice and crunchy. So mine are done. I'm going to take them out and place them on a cooling rack. Once you've removed your chickpeas from the oven, it's time to melt your vegan chocolate chips. Place them in a microwave-safe bowl and microwave them on power 7 or 70 for 30-second increments. Take them out, stir them, put them back in until they're fully melted. You can also, as an alternative, melt them on the stovetop in a glass bowl over steaming water. So pour your chickpeas into a small bowl. Now they don't have to be cool for this last step. As a matter of fact, it's actually good if they're still a little bit warm. It keeps your chocolate from settling up too quickly. So my chocolate is melted, and this is about the consistency you want. You want it to sort of drip off the end of the spoon. Now very quickly, before it firms up again, we're going to mix it in there with those chickpeas. With a spatula or a spoon, you want to gently toss those chickpeas in that chocolate and make sure it's all thoroughly coated. Then we're going to scrape down that chocolate, get it all in there. Don't want to leave any behind. Come over You're going to spread that out. I like to get it in a nice geometric shape. It makes it easier if you decide to cut it. We're going to chill it now for a couple hours until it's firm, and then it's time for the loving goodness. You can chill these in the freezer or the refrigerator. Either one will work just fine. The refrigerator takes about 2 hours, the freezer not as long. Just make sure when you remove it from the freezer that it has firmed up the whole way through. I decided to put mine in the freezer, so that took 20 minutes. That's not much time at all, is it? Once you get it out of the refrigerator or the freezer, transfer it to a cutting board, and as you can see, it just wants to come right off. So no problems with sticking or anything messy like that. And then you have two options. You can cut it into nice geometric shapes, little squares, rectangles, whatever you prefer. Or you can go the rustic route and just sort of break it. Done? Cutting it into nice little wonderful pieces here. And we plate it up. There you go. Your kids are going to love you for it, and you'll love yourself even more. This tastes great with coffee, tea, wine, really anything. Who am I kidding? If you really like this recipe, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want the full recipe, it's on nutritionicity.com. Thanks for watching.